What is good, fellow gamers? This is Jester JE here to let you know it's gaming time. Today we are doing 3 of my very favorite things. We're getting better at fighting games. We're making new friends, and we are chasing the thrill of the fighting. Usually on my channel, we are jumping into ranked matches, or we're getting into some casual matches, and just like playing fighting games. But today we're doing something slightly different. We're going to be talking about what I want and what my wish list is for Super Street Fighter 6, aka what is my wish list for Season 3 of DLC for Street Fighter 6, aka what do I want for the future of Street Fighter 6. And folks, I'm streaming this live on Twitch. Hi, hello. But I'm doing this, and I'm going to make a YouTube video of it later. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you tell me your ideas in the comments, okay? Do you agree with me? Do you hate my ideas? Do you love my ideas? Are you really excited about them? Let me know in the comments. And also, make sure to like and subscribe. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, we can get matches, and you can follow me and see what I'm doing live on Twitch. Follow the link in the description of the video. Is TikTok back? Maybe? Yes? Not sure? There's also a link to my TikTok profile for fighting game clips. Anyway, folks, yeah, let's talk about it. Right now, we have the 3rd character of Street Fighter 6 has been, of Season 2 DLC Street Fighter 6 has been announced. We've had Bison, we've had Terry. Mai is, we've seen some gameplay footage of her. She looks fantastic. She looks really complex. Terry seems to be really like a simple character to play. Mai might be a really complicated character to play, and I'm excited about it. Let's see. After that, we've got a 4th character. Her name's Elena. She is a Street Fighter character. She's not a guest character. And yeah, we've got probably 1 battle pass a month. That's what they've been doing since the launch of this game. 1 battle pass a month. And we might have more giant attacks. But I don't know if there's any like real roadmap on what is going to be going on with Street Fighter besides the Capcom Cup, aka the professional esports scene, and yeah, our fourth character, Elena. So I kind of want to talk about what's going to happen, or what I want to happen after that. Let's see. Let me start this conversation by saying I am old enough to remember when Street Fighter 4 came out. I bought a copy. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a lot of fun. Then we had Super Street Fighter 4, and then eventually there was Ultra Street Fighter 4, although to be honest, I wasn't as into fighting games then as I am now, so I was there for vanilla Street Fighter 4, but not much after that. Right after Street Fighter 4 came out, we had Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Right after that, we had Street Fighter Cross Tekken. And there was like a lot. There was like a lot of new fighting games that Capcom was making. And to be honest, I feel like maybe that kind of hurt their strategy a bit. We've recently had some retro collections announced and have come out. Let's see, the Marvel collection. So there's a lot of speculation that there's a new Marvel vs. Capcom game coming out, which would be really cool. And there's also the Capcom vs. SNK. It's not called the vs. SNK collection, but the Capcom Fighting Game Collection Volume 2, which is going to have Capcom vs. SNK 1 and 2 in it. That's also been announced, and that's going to be really cool. There's speculation that there's going to be a new Capcom vs. SNK game. However, I don't know if Capcom wants to get in a position where they're competing with themselves again. So I'm going to present some ideas with Super Street Fighter 6 that could incorporate more of these crossover games and maybe just, I don't know, present an idea where Capcom's not cannibalizing its own gaming market. Because I feel like I play Street Fighter 6 a lot. I don't know if I'm also willing to put in, and I'm not very good, so I need to kind of keep up playing if I want to stay or get a little better at the level I am. So I don't know if I would have the time to buy, or the time and the money to buy another Marvel vs. Capcom game and play it and be as good as I want to be. And same thing with the Capcom vs. SNK. So here's some ideas that I think would be really cool. Folks, we've for the first time ever, we had crossover characters from a different thing, which is Terry Bogard and Mai Shiranui. So I think that one thing that we could do is just get more crossover characters to help this out, okay? Here are the crossover characters that I think could be cool. We could pull in, I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget. I love the Mega Man games, okay? Mega Man X was in Marvel vs. Capcom. Infinite. Zero is also really cool, and I think it would be awesome to get the Maverick Hunters into a regular Street Fighter game. Okay, I know that their history is with the Tag Fighter game. I'll talk more about a way to honor the Tag Fighters in Street Fighter 6 in a second, but let's talk about these guest characters. So Mega Man X and Zero I think would be super cool. They'd sell a lot. I think a lot of people would be excited about that. There's no upcoming Mega Man X games. I think the community in Mega Man X, I think would want that and be excited. I don't know if it would sell like the same as Resident Evil, but I think that would be cool. Anyway, with Marvel vs. Capcom, I think some big characters from there could work really well in Street Fighter. For instance, I think Wolverine, I think Cyclops, and I think Magneto would work really well on this roster. Somewhere on this board, you'd see Wolverine or Magneto or Cyclops. Let's see. I think right before Street Fighter 6 came out, Capcom allowed some Street Fighter characters to go into another fighting game that I liked a lot. It was Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Okay, and I think that we could have some of the costumes come in, and I'll talk more about costumes in a second, but I think having Tommy Oliver, a.k.a. the Green Ranger, a.k.a. the White Ranger, coming into this game, I think his fighting style would work pretty well. I think it would just be a lot of fun to see him. I also think that the playstyle of Kimberly... Let's see, where's Kimberly? The playstyle of Kimberly is a lot like another character from the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid scene, and so I think having Lord Draken... I think Lord Draken would work really well in this game. Lord Draken is kind of the villain of that game. He's really cool. Go check out Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. It's a great game. Anyway, we've also had, SNK characters drop. That's from a different fighting game company, and it's really cool when we get that synergy. So maybe more SNK characters. There's so many SNK characters that we could bring in. The King of Fighters is probably their biggest franchise over there at SNK, and so Kyo is the main character of King of Fighters. So getting him in, Iori, that's his name. Iori is kind of like a dark protagonist, kind of like a Shadow to a Sonic type situation, and so I think Iori in this game would be really cool too. Let's see. Tekken 7 had a Street Fighter character go over to Tekken. It was Akuma. I think another character that would be really good here and would play really well is kind of like a villain character from that franchise, Heihachi. I think Heihachi, who has died several times and come back to life, he's almost like a Bison type character in terms of lore, where he's kind of like the bad guy and he comes back and he dies and he comes back. I think Heihachi would work really well. He just had a character redesign in Tekken 8. He looks really cool to me, and I don't play that game, but I think that it would be cool. Let's see. But yeah, I think getting more characters that you might recognize from other franchises would be a really good thing for Street Fighter 6. I also think that that's kind of like what we're seeing from a lot of different franchises that are more games as a service. We don't have like Fortnite 2 or Fortnite Versus or Fortnite, Super Crew or Fortnite, 4-on-4 as different games. It's kind of like different modes in the game. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about next. I think it would be really cool if Street Fighter kind of evolved and went more towards games as a service. Okay, I play this game a lot, and honestly, if this was a game as a service, I would probably have more skins. I put in the hours. I do the battle passes. I would have more color palettes. I would have more goodies. If they chose to run it that way, I would have all that stuff because I play so much. This is like the one game that I really put a lot of hours into. And if Capcom made Marvel vs. Capcom, again, it would be really exciting I would have to make a choice with my time and my money as to like which game I want to play. Which game do I want to buy? Where do I want to go with my time? So I think that one thing that we could also do is instead of over here, we've got ranked matches, we've got casual matches. What if there was another tab for tag mode? Or if you, I think that tag mode could be really cool. Let me see. If I went to like a training, I could show you that I think tag could work in this game, and I think we could still use. Hopefully no one comes. Yeah, I just want to go to solo training. I think we could do classic or modern controls, because if we were playing tag, we wouldn't need parry, or we wouldn't have parry. That's like the Street Fighter mechanic. We wouldn't have drive impact. That's the Street Fighter mechanic. And those buttons for parry and drive impact would become tag buttons for your 3-on-3 team. It would just be a different set of game mechanics for that. And in a lot of old tag games, instead of having a grab macro, where it's like, let's see, for classic controls, it's light punch and light kick at the same time as grab. For modern controls, it's light and medium. Well, in a lot of classic, in a lot of older tag games, it's just like forward and heavy punch, or forward and heavy attack is your grab. That is how you do grabs. So we might even be able to switch around that and get a third game mechanic. We could have tag for parry, we could have tag 2 for drive impact, and then for our grab macro, we could have even another tag mechanic. Let's see. Let's get waiting. Oh, yeah. I need to quit before somebody... I don't want to end training session. Here we go. Yeah, and... yeah, I've got my good friend in the chat right now, Luigi D. Butler, who's talking about how it could make sense for a tag mode. If we pressed pause or pulled up this mode, we could have, you know, one-on-one mode, we could have tag mode, or we could have team mode. If you play Marvel vs. Capcom, no, not Marvel vs. Capcom, Capcom vs. SNK, those team battles are structured like King of Fighters, where there's a team of 3, and you knock one out at a time. It's not really assist-based. There's no assists, and we could do that too. We could have a tag, we could have a team, and we could have a one-on-one tab all here in your ranked queue. And if we did that, someone like me who really likes playing Street Fighter and is hesitant about buying a whole nother game, like Marvel vs. Capcom, or like the newest Marvel vs. Capcom, or hesitant about buying the newest Capcom vs. SNK, well, I could just flip down here and I could try it out. Maybe I'll like it. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just stick to Street Fighter, or like one-on-one Street Fighter, but maybe I would like this whole Street Fighter team battle, or maybe I would like this whole Street Fighter 3v3 tag mode. And I think it would be a way to include more people without... I think if you make a whole nother game, it's a bigger risk for the company to take. They have to spend money to make a whole different separate game. It's a risk for the community. If it's a good game but people don't go over and play it, then that's an even bigger risk. But if you build it in as a mode inside an already successful game, that's actually a much less risky way for your developers to make something like that and not have it be a financial flop and not have us wait a billion years for that. Let's see. I've got Luigi in the chat right now, giving me all this good stuff. Yeah, you'd like to see them make a callback too. Yeah, there's also the rules from Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Luigi's in my chat right now is telling me that Street Fighter Cross Tekken also had different game rules, and so if we pull up this mode, we could also have the like the Tekken Tag rules. And you probably wouldn't call it Tekken Tag rules. I don't know if Bandai or Harada would love, you know, Tekken being a part of the game mode name here, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I think that might sound to you like I want Street Fighter 6 to become a games as a service, and yes, I do want that. I want that really bad. I think that would be really cool. So let me talk about another thing that I would like to see I would like to see these battle passes. I personally love the battle passes. It gives me a little bit of glee when I unlock something. If you watch my channel, you know that I don't know if I equip like every single thing as my costume, but I change my costume for my avatar quite a bit. So I don't think that, I think people are mad that these avatar things are happening. At least generally in the community. I think they would be less mad if there was also costumes for your in-game characters. But I like these. I want them to change, or I want there to be more of this. So I like that the battle passes are working towards that. Let's see, how am I... Oh, not profile. Rewards, there we go. And so, yeah, I like that there's all these like Battletar avatar customizations. I like that we get these titles. The Shining Star. Am I going to equip that one? Probably not. Actually, maybe. It's a Terry has like a star as his like avatar sometimes, so like maybe I should equip that one. But I like that. There's that. Oh, another thing I love of customizing that I can unlock in the Battle Pass is my start stream, my challenger screen, I think is actually what they call it. So like if you go over customize challenger screen, yeah. So like I can change what picture you see of Terry, which is really cool. And if you do all the battle passes, you do get more options. This explosions one was in a battle pass. This snowflakes one was in a battle pass. I like that this is all here. Let's see, this one, the V-Rival thing, that was actually not a battle pass, but I unlocked it for doing something else in the game. You also get new sounds. So like if I can have the sounds from Street Fighter 4.
A new warrior has entered the ring.
Or I can have the sound from Street Fighter 5.
Another fight is coming your way.
Pretty cool. I didn't play Street Fighter 5. I did play Street Fighter 4, so that's like nostalgia for me, so it hits when I hear it. You can have, like, I didn't play these games, but in a battle pass, I unlocked the Vampire Savior. I unlocked the Vampire Savior's sound and had it go here. It's really quick, so I'm going to shut up when I play it, but here we go. But yeah, if you played Vampire Saviors, that's probably a really nostalgic sound for you, so you would want that on your thing, and you unlock these in battle passes. And I think that there should be more stuff to unlock in battle passes that's a lot like this. I'm really enjoying it. Here, let me... A new challenger is here. I had explosions. Cool. Great. So that's what I already like about battle passes, but here are some things that I need more of, and I think the community wants more of. If we go to battle passes, I think that there should be a way to unlock a costume in the battle pass. You know, I think no, I'm in the wrong screen. I think that there should be a way to unlock a costume, an in-character costume in the battle pass. And you know what? I think even if you like made a special one for a battle pass, like there's a military thing here, there's a military theme here. Maybe when I think of military Street Fighter characters, I think of Guile. So like at the end of this battle pass, what if there was like a costume for Guile that you could only get in the battle pass? And developers might be like, well, if we spend the time on this, we want people to buy it. So if we had it in a battle pass, that would kind of like, negate the point. Well, I don't know, like maybe like in a year or in 6 months, I think this game's going to last a long time. I don't think that they're going to make a Street Fighter 7 for a very long time. So like maybe after a year or like in the next season, we're in season 2. So if we're going to season 3, maybe you could just buy all of those costumes that were locked behind battle passes. Yeah, I think having a special costume would be really cool. I like, is there anything more? Oh, in these battle passes, there's always a retro game that you unlock too. And to be honest, I play the retro games once. I boot it up, I put a coin in, because it's always from like their coin-operated arcade days. And, yeah, Luigi, the Street Fighter V Guile skin would fit perfectly in this battle pass. And then, like, that would be really cool. You would have so many people happy to buy this battle pass instead of so many people complaining about it. But anyway, speaking of different game modes, I talked about how we could have different game modes here. What if there was other game modes too? Like, what if there was like a retro queue where you could queue into a retro game, you could play it cooperatively, and it's all the retro games that are already here. I'm not a developer. I don't know if it would be easy or hard to do, but like, what if you could queue into a retro game that you've unlocked in the battle pass, and there was like a leaderboard, and there was prizes to go with it. I think we could just like look to any other game as a service, and we could get so many good ideas for Street Fighter. Yeah. Let's see. Let me make sure I something that was really good this past year that I really liked were the giant attack modes. There's a giant, it's usually for a villain. They haven't done one for like a hero of the game. They've only done them for Akuma and Bison. But there are other villains that we haven't done this for. But anyway, there's a giant, it's like a raid battle in Street Fighter, which is really cool. I played it. I did all of the I did all of the rewards lists for that, and I think we should be doing that more often. I thought it was really freaking cool. And since I'm playing another game right now, that's kind of like a mobile game and a game as a service, it's called Pokemon Go. Make fun of me if you want, but I love playing it, and I really like playing it with my friends. They just added a feature in Pokemon Go that I think would be really cool in Street Fighter 6 when you're playing with somebody, like if you're physically next to somebody and you're walking around doing Pokemon Go stuff, you have now the option to party up. And when you're in a party, you get extra bonuses. And so what if you could do that here? What if this person and I were like, oh, let me interact with this person? What if instead saying like view info or send private message, there was an option to say like party up. And so, like, as we played, whether we're playing each other or whether we're playing different people in this battle hub, what if we got slightly more rewards? We could get more kudos to help on the battle passes. We could get more, hold on. We could get more, there's 2 currencies in this. I don't know if they would ever want you to be able to earn like the like actual money, but the drive tickets are their kind of like lesser currency. What if you could earn drive tickets by partying up and getting matches with somebody? It would increase the community. It would like I could invite people to like play with me and party up. I think that would be a great idea. Let's see. And okay, so I talked about wanting more guest characters, and I guess I should probably talk about actual Street Fighter characters that I'd love to see in the game. My first Street Fighter was really Street Fighter 4. So I have a fondness for Street Fighter 4 characters that I don't really have for too many other generations. So here are some characters that I think would be really cool in the game. Abel. I know he's the lamest main character protagonist in any Street Fighter, but I tried playing as him, and I thought he was cool. I liked his little Rekka into a grab or Rekka into a strike. And I think he would work pretty well in here. Yeah. I think there's even an art that you can unlock in Guile's story mode somewhere where you see Abel like hanging out with Guile. I think C Viper. Oh yeah, Luigi's already in here. Viper. C Viper, I think would make a great fit for this game. I think she would make a great fit for this. Let's see. I personally think Seth is really cool. I know Seth already showed up in Street Fighter 5, so maybe people like wouldn't want to see Seth again. But I like Seth. I think Seth's great. I really thought it was interesting in Street Fighter 5 that you could play as male Seth or female Seth. I think that's super cool. Bring it back. Let's see. And I also think Rufus is cool, okay? Rufus is great. I think he's hilarious. He's like a joke meme of a character, and I do want to see him back. I know he was annoying for people to deal with sometimes with like his... because he had a dive kick. But, yeah, and... Luigi is in my comments saying that there needs to be a female Shoto. Now, I've never talked about this on air, on screen, but I do think that by the rules of Shoto, both lore and game mechanics, I think Juri's a Shoto. People are going to hate that, but I think Juri's a Shoto. She has a fireball, she has a DP, She has a moving forward kick strike as special moves. And in terms of lore, she's seeking revenge for the murder of her father. Like that's a shout out. But anyway, I agree. I think we should get I think that we could really get shoot, what's her name? Sakura. That's right. I think Sakura in this game would be really cool. I also think that we should talk about skins, folks. If you don't know, this game does have some skins. Let's see. Shop. Let's see. I think you're going to be able to see this. I don't think it's going to cut out. But yeah, there's costumes. There's costume 3s for every character except... let's see. Terry doesn't have costume. The Season 2 DLCs don't have costume 3 yet, but I think they're going to be here eventually. And so I think getting more characters in... more skins in here that could be really cool. I personally think it's cool to have one new costume for each character a year, but it's okay to make costumes that are just for certain characters. Okay. So let me get more specific. Ryu and Chun-Li went to Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Okay. And they did really well. It was like a really big deal that they were guest characters there. They got their own Power Rangers costumes. And I think I would spend money on Ryu and Chun-Li, even though I don't play either of those characters, on getting their Power Rangers Battle for the Grid costume. I want that. I want that in the game. I want to spend money on that. I don't want to have to buy a PC and mod it into the game. I want to spend money and get it on my Xbox. I want it in the game, Capcom. I think there's going to be a lot of other really good costumes, but I think if we stuck with like a Power Rangers pack, we could also have, I think there's a lot of similarities with Lord Zed and JP in how they both have a staff or some kind of, they both have like a staff type thing. They both kind of walk very upright. They don't really like slouch. They walk very upright. And so I think having some like Lord Zed type themed skin for JP would work really well. I also think Jury... Hold on. I also think Jury... where's Jury? I also think Jury would do really well as Scorpina. I think she kind of moves like Scorpina moves in the Power Rangers Battle for the video game. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid video game. So I think that would be great. And as a Lily main, folks, my first character was Lily. And I want to get Terry to master so I can go back and start rotating in Lily. I think she really needs a denim vest and denim jeans T-Hawk cosplay costume. Okay. I said it. I'd spend money on that. I'd play as it all the time. I think it'd be really cool. And let's see. I think Ken has a pretty specific looking skin from Street Fighter V that's really cool. And I think it'd be great if we added Street Fighter V Ken back. Military Street Fighter V Guile. He should be in the game. He's got glasses on. He's in like a tie. It's really cool. Add him. Add that. Let's see. I think there are cutscenes in the World Tour mode where Zangief has a mask on. It's like almost like a luchador mask, maybe, but it's like a wrestling mask. I think that we should let Geef play with the mask on. I also think we should have Robo Geef. I think Akuma should have his Robo costume. I know that's a different character in other games. Maybe add him as a character, but I think having that as a skin would be really cool. I could go on and on and on about these. Right, and Marissa has a helmet in the game. I think it would be cool to add, or in some of the cutscenes in her win pose. I think having letting her wear her helmet would be really cool. Let's go back to Terry in case we accidentally queue up or something like that. Anyway, are there other things I haven't talked about? Two more things that I think I need to talk about. And I know this is a little messy. I'm trying to be natural and talk without a script, but also have like kind of like a script here to like help me remember what to say. But two more things that I wanted to talk about. Number one, Oh, win poses. That's what I wanted. Right now, Terry has a really cool win pose. After you win a match as Terry, you win. You throw your hat in the air. There's these giant explosions, and it freezes on you. But there's this other game that I've like dabbled in. I don't play a ton, but there's this other game that I've been dabbling a little bit called Marvel Rivals. And Marvel Rivals is really cool. I find that I love playing with my friends. I find that I don't really have a need to queue up by myself with that game. If I'm queuing up to something and being competitive, I'd rather play Street Fighter. But Marvel Rivals has different... It's not exactly a win pose. It's like if you get MVP, they have different MVP screens or different MVP poses. And sometimes that's... you also need to have a special costume that you buy, but I think that'd be okay. Like, I think that Street Fighter 6 should have more win poses. Oh, and Luigi's in my chat saying that Mortal Kombat 11 did that too. Let's see. I don't think that we need... And along with win poses, you've got the intro. And I don't think we need different intros because I think it's short, it's snappy, it's quick. You're jumping right into the match. But I do think having like slightly different dialogue for like your rival character, like if you boot up, like Ken says the same things whether he's fighting JP, his rival in this game, Ryu, his rival from other games, or, you know, Terry or Lily or Aki or somebody not related to him at all. Like, he says the same things. So I think it would be really cool if there was a short piece of dialogue that was like character specific, even if it was just one character change for your quote unquote rival. Like, I think that would be cool. Is there any other stuff? Oh yeah, and I think that this game should be free to play. I think it should be totally free to play. I think free to play. I think it should be free to play, or we should put it on, like, I'm on Xbox, so like Xbox Game Pass, or shoot, what is it? PlayStation has it's like kind of like Xbox Game Pass, PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Now or something. I don't really know. I don't have a PlayStation, but I think that we should put Street Fighter 6 on that, and maybe it should be for a limited time. And then after that, maybe it should just be free to play. And I don't know how that 100% would work. I know that they would probably have to restructure how they make money off of this, and I think I'd be okay with that, though. Like I said, I play this game a lot. I want it to be more like a game as a service. I don't know. Yeah, anyway. I think that would bring more people in. They'd try it out. They would have fun. Yeah, it'd be cool. Anyway, let's see. Those have been my thoughts on Street Fighter 6 and what I want from the future of Street Fighter 6, a.k.a. Super Street Fighter 6, a.k.a. Season 3 DLC. Yeah. You might really vibe with some of my ideas. You might really hate some of my ideas. But whatever you think, I want to hear your comments. If you're watching on YouTube, please comment in the description below. My channel is a lot of me playing fighting games, especially Street Fighter 6. So if you're into watching somebody grow and get better and chase the thrill of the fight, then make sure you give me a like and a subscribe. If you ever want to get matches with me, the best way to do that is probably follow me on Twitch. People that say hi to me in comments get people that say hi to me while I'm streaming. I have no problem slowing things down, or like, when I say slowing things down, I mean stepping out of the ranked match queue, ranked match grind, and getting matches with people that say hi to me in the comments. Sometimes I get absolutely demolished. Sometimes I totally crush my opponent. But either way, it's really cool because I'm interacting with more of the community. So come through, say hi while I'm streaming on Twitch. Make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss a thing. And I'll see you out there in Season 3 of Street Fighter 6. And if I do, and you match up with me, make sure you give me everything you got.